For thousands of people across Britain, someone is missing from their lives.
I'm his son. I need to be able to say the word Dad to him.
I have to find my brother. I just can't let it go. I just can't let him go.
3 children kept together and 1 taken away. So where is he?
Finding someone when the trail's gone cold can feel like an impossible task. But that's where we step in.
We found her.
God, this is my dream come true.
Offering a last chance to people desperate for help. This is your brother.
Wow. It's not just a little boy in a raincoat, is it? He's real, he's there.
With searches taking us to surprising places, we've unearthed hidden secrets, solving family mysteries, and finding people that nobody else could trace. Buongiorno, Silvana.
What about the news that the little baby boy you gave up is now a daughter?
Although the answers aren't always what people expect,
Oh my word.
we resolve questions that have haunted entire lives.
I only know that she's not dead because of you.
You do look like that.
Oh, do I?
This week, 2 of our youngest ever searchers looking for birth family on the other side of the world. A man whose last contact with his father was a snatched phone call from America when he was 6.
I wanted to hear him say, "You're my son, and I'm your dad."
And a woman whose life was transported from Bogota to Berkshire when her Colombian birth mother had to give her up.
I was her daughter. How do you say goodbye knowing it's forever?
Our first story comes from London, and a man searching for the father he's never met.
I never had anyone I looked up to that I thought I want to be like when I grow up. I'm 29, but I need that man in my life. I need to be able to say the word Dad to him. It's just great lighting. It's weird sitting together.
Piers Egan lives in London, but was born in the Republic of Ireland.
I've been in London 2 years now, but I grew up in the south part of Dublin, a small, sea town called Dunleary.
Piers was brought up by his mum, Anne.
My mum was a single mum. She was amazing. So even though I didn't have a dad, I was really, really happy.
Anne was always open with Piers about his father, who she'd met as a teenager whilst working in Manhattan, New York.
When she was 17, she was working in a bar, and my dad was the bouncer, security guard for the bar. And she told me that she loved him. There's my dad. His full name is Edilson Santos, but my mum said that people called him Ed or Eddie, and he was from Brazil.
Shortly after becoming pregnant, Anne made the decision to leave Manhattan and return home to Dublin to have her baby. With 3,000 miles between them, Anne and Eddie drifted apart, and Anne's life moved on.
This is the one photo I have. I look the exact same as him. I just have a big head, and his head's quite big as well. His jaw, his nose, and huge hands. I have huge hands. I don't like to admit it, but I do. It's weird to think that he is out there and that he's my dad, but I've not met him.
The first Piers heard from his dad was when he turned 6, and a birthday card arrived.
Hi, Piers. I wish I were over there to celebrate your birthday with you and your mom. What a coincidence. I was born on the 9th too. That's a nice number. If your mum lets you write to me a letter and send me some pictures of yours. Happy 6th birthday. Love, your dad, Ed. He says love. He didn't need to say that. It just means so much to me. He did reach out and he wanted to be a part of my life.
After receiving the card, Anne arranged for Piers to speak to his dad.
My mum phoned him on a payphone, and I said to him, "Hi," and that's when I'd heard his voice, and it was really deep I said to him, you sent me a birthday card for my 6th birthday, but how come you didn't send one for 3, 4, and 5? I got really upset, and then I kicked my mum, and I ran out of the phone box, and then she ended the phone call. She was upset because I was upset. And then that's when my mum cut contact for good.
As he got older, Pierce found it hard not having his father in his life.
In my teens, I thought about my dad a lot. I was bullied in school, always felt out of place. The one thing that always made me feel good was that the picture I had of my dad, I looked the exact same as him, and I just always thought, oh, I look like you. I'm so happy that there's someone out there I'm like. I felt like I belonged, and I felt like I wanted to find him and tell him, you made me feel good about myself without even doing anything. You know, just being you made me feel good about being me.
To try and help her son find his father, Anne rang the club in New York where she and Eddie had worked.
The girl there said he had left the club years previous to that and said that when he'd left he was really sick.
The news that Eddie had been ill made Pierce even more determined in his search. He launched a social media campaign, but despite thousands of shares, the search hit a brick wall.
I need to find him. I'm scared if anything's happened to him. Just not ever getting to see him. I want to hear him say, you're my son and I'm your dad, because then I know that he loves me.
The last known address Pierce had for his dad was in Manhattan 20 years ago, but the rumour that Pierce had heard about him was that he'd been ill. So that made the search for him even more urgent. Without Eddie's date of birth, it wasn't going to be easy. We began by searching through records in America for an Edelson Santos of about the right age, but drew a blank. Then we looked again at the birthday card that Edelson sent Pierce, and he mentions that he was born on the 9th of the month. It doesn't specify which month. Could this tiny clue help crack the search? We gave this information to an investigator on the ground in the States. They couldn't find anyone with the exact name Edelson Santos, but there was a definite contender. A man called Jose Edelson Santos, born on the 9th of January and still living in New York. This was our only lead, so we wrote to him. Within days, our phone lit up with messages. We'd found Pierce's dad. Now aged 62, single and retired, Eddie still lives in New York. He did have cancer in 2004, but has been in remission for over a decade. He agreed to meet me to talk about Pierce. Although they've never met, Pierce's dad has always been a huge figure in his life. But what about Edelson? Was it a case of out of sight, out of mind? Does this mean as much to him as it does to Pierce? Hello, Edelson. It's Nicky Campbell here. Hey, I'm Nicky. How are you doing?
Eddie.
Eddie.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
All right. So how are you doing?
Great to see you.
All right.
Oh, God, it's cold.
So, okay. Thank you.
So you got the letter about Pierce. How are you feeling?
There is no word in the dictionary to describe this. You know what I mean? I never lost the hope. I have the chance to see him. And so I'm so happy, you know what I mean?
So you were working in nightclubs in the late 80s and you met Pierce's mother?
Yes, she was amazing. I was in love, definitely.
So what was your reaction when you found out that she was pregnant?
Well, you know, I was surprised, you know, but I was happy. Oh my God, I didn't want her to live. I really wanted her to stay with me. But she missed her mother a lot, and so nothing I could do. I wanted her to be happy. I knew she would not be happy if she stayed with me.
So how long was it before you found out that you had a son?
She had the son, and she contacted me. I have his picture. The only one, look.
Oh. So his mother sent that to you?
Yes, look how cute he is. He got a young cat. Well, I showed that to all my friends. I was so proud, you know, I was so proud.
When Pierce was 6, he remembers you had sent him a birthday card, and he remembers speaking to you on a payphone.
Yeah, I remember. I really want to have contact with him, but his mother didn't want to have contact with me. I respected that. Cannot force her.
Well, his mother is very supporting. She knows now he has missed having you in his life so much.
God, I would think about him every day. In 2004, I had cancer, you know. I did chemotherapy. And at least I have the feeling I will meet him until, I don't know, before I die, you know what I mean?
You were thinking about that when you were ill?
Yes, very much. I don't know if he's all right, if he's sick, if he's alive, or what happens to him, you know. If he needs help, oh God, I'll do good. I'll do the work. I'll do anything for him. Yeah, I want to just see my son, you know.
This is from him.
My God. Oh, I cannot read that.
Do you want me to read it?
Please.
Yes?
I can't.
Hi, Dad, or Ed. Even though I've never met you, I've thought of you so much throughout my life. Anne has always been an amazing mum, but I always think what it would have been like to have a dad around, to play sport with, to help me with bullies at school. I always felt different. When I looked at the one picture I have of you, I never felt so bad because I look exactly like you. I've been very lucky and very blessed. But the one thing missing is you. Lots of love, Pierce.
Oh, God. All those years, I wish I could be there for him. Oh, my God. Oh. My son. God. This looks like me. Looks like me. Oh, my God, I'm going to meet him. I can't believe that. God, I'm so happy.
Before we tell Pierce his dad's been found, our second search comes from Berkshire, and a young woman hoping to find her birth mother who gave her up in desperate circumstances.
One day, a long, long way away, in a beautiful country called Colombia, a baby girl was born. Her name was Cristina Carreno. She was born by a lady called Encarnacia Carreno. She was taken to an orphanage in Bogota, where she was to be looked after. One, two, three, four. Very good, everybody.
27-year-old dance teacher Christina Barlow lives in the home counties.
Very good, shoulders.
But she was born 5,000 miles away in Colombia. She was adopted as a baby and brought to the UK to live with parents Jane and Steve, and later sister Gabriella, also adopted from Colombia.
My childhood was amazing. I did every activity under the sun. I did like gymnastics, ballet, drama, piano, choir, athletics. It was full of opportunity. I think they wanted us to have everything that we wouldn't have had in Colombia.
Are you all right?
Yes, thanks.
A cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Christina's parents kept home movie footage from when they collected her from an orphanage in the Colombian capital, Bogota.
A long time since I've seen this, actually. And there we are, at the orphanage, waiting for them to bring you in. Your mum looks a little nervous.
Well, I'm not surprised she must be. As a child, I loved the fact that I was adopted. I felt I had an interesting history.
But in 2011, Christina's adoptive mum, Jane, died after a long illness.
My whole world fell apart that day. And there was a huge void in my life. After experiencing loss, it's made me think about what my birth mother went through losing me. I just knew I needed to find her.
Christina's adoptive parents had always told her everything they knew about the circumstances surrounding her adoption.
You've got people who've got nothing, shanty areas on the outskirts of the city. Some of these people had no way of making an income and couldn't afford to feed the children. All we know for sure is that your mum was a good soul and had your best interests at heart.
Along with the home movie footage, Christina's been able to piece together a picture of her biological mother's life from her parents' scrapbook and her adoption paperwork.
I know her name, Encarnacia Carreno. I know that I had 3 siblings that were older than me. I don't know who my father is, what his situation was, but they said that my siblings had been suffering from malnutrition. I was put up for adoption because my birth mother didn't feel she could look after me and keep me safe. The poverty must have been on another level for her to actually think, no, I can't keep my child. How do you prepare to say goodbye knowing it's forever?
Christina was just a baby when she was given up for adoption from her birth mother in Bogota. So that had to be our starting point. Researching in any foreign country can be tough, but in one with such recent upheaval as Colombia, it would be a huge challenge.
When Christina was born in 1990, Colombia was in the middle of a violent civil conflict. Many children like Christina were given up because of extreme poverty. Others were orphaned by war. Some of them were placed in orphanages, and many ended up on the street. At the time, 1,500 babies like Christina were adopted out of Colombia every year. So there was no way we could find her without specialist help. Working with a charity that reunites adopted Colombian children with their families, we began the search for Christina's birth mother. But what we found out took us completely by surprise.
"27-year-old Christina Barlow was given up for adoption from war-torn Colombia. When her adoptive mother died in 2011, Christina began to understand the loss that her birth mother had been through.
I was her daughter. Did she have a chance to speak to me and talk to me and cuddle me? She made a very selfless decision. It's so selfless.
Now, with the support of her husband Jeremy, Christina is determined to find her mother, Encarnacion.
She made the ultimate sacrifice to give me a better life. She must have carried that around with her. I need to know that she's okay and tell her that I had a great life. It's up to me to reach out to find her.
We've been searching for Encarnacion on the ground in Colombia with the help of a local charity. But with a population of almost 50 million and no last known address, it was never going to be easy.
However, Christina's adoption papers contained a vital piece of information. As well as her birth mother's name, they gave a national identity number. Could this be the key to tracking her down?
Armed with this vital number and estimating a rough year of birth, the Colombian team scoured national records and eventually found a woman of the right name, born in 1953. This Encarnacion Carreno was living in La Mesa, just a couple of hours away from Bogota, and crucially, her ID number matched the one we had. We contacted Encarnacion, and she confirmed that she was Christina's birth mother. I'm on my way to meet her.
Christina has always known that her birth mother's decision was driven by poverty, but I wonder if life has got any better since for Encarnacion. And how is she feeling now, as after 27 years, the daughter she gave up has come looking for her?
I'm being joined by a local English speaker who's going to translate the conversation.
Hi, I'm Nicky.
How are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Is this one, is it?
Yes.
Encarnación.
Mucho gusto.
Hello, I'm Nicky.
Mucho gusto. Yo soy la mamá de Cristina.
It's very nice to meet you.
Sí,
ya.
después de usted. Gracias.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
Te presento a mi esposo, que él es el papá de Cristina.
Christina's father.
Christina's father?
Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you, sir.
Sí, señor. This is wonderful. So you've stayed together for many years?
Así que han estado juntos por muchos años.
Muchos años.
Muchos años.
Sí. Es maravilloso.
I have lots to tell you. Christina is going to be absolutely blown away, knowing that she's also going to meet her father. Did you think that this would ever happen?
Le pido a mi Dios que se llegue ese día de que él haga el milagrito que aparezca.
Nosotros cuando supimos que estaban investigando, yo dije, ay, Dios mío, mi hija apareció.
How hard was life then?
Muy difícil la vida. Porque no teníamos techo ni nada.
No home, no.
No había casa. Nada. No tenemos recursos para yo tenerla y no, la situación no daba para más. Porque con los 3 niños, yo que 3, y todos estaban pequeñitos. Estos 3 para darle la comida y todo. No.
La situación era muy crítica en ese tiempo. El mejor remedio es darle en adopción.
Sí.
Y de pronto encuentre unos papás que le puedan dar lo que ella necesita.
Alcibriada, your name wasn't on the paperwork at the time of her birth.
En el momento que ella estuvo allá en la institución, a mí no me dejaron de entrar, en ningún momento me dejaron de entrar. Entonces para mí fue más doloroso que yo no la podía dar ni chiquitica ni nada. La niña nació y de una vez se la quitaron.
So you never saw her?
En ningún momento la he visto.
Nació a las 5 de la mañana, ese mismo día se la llevaron. Apenas le vi la carita ya chiquitica. Y que yo la quería ver por la última vez. Y ella me dijo que no. Yo me puse a llorar, yo me dio mucha tristeza.
Did you know where she was going?
Yo le dije que para dónde la iban a dar. Digo, ella se va lejos.
After it happened, what was it like for you?
¿Cómo va a sentir uno? Muy duros.
Yo la tuve y a mí ellos me dijeron no. Nada de foto ni nada. Nada.
Well...
¿Es Cristina? Está muy bonita. Muy bonita. Está bonita.
Es muy linda, hija.
Christina wants to say thank you. She had such a happy childhood, full of love.
Estoy feliz. Mucho, harto. Feliz, contenta.
Before we tell Christina that we found not just her mother, but her father too, I'm on my way to see Pierce Egan. Pierce is desperate to find his father, Eddie Santos, who his mum met whilst working in America.
Pierce has never met his dad. All he's had to imagine him by is one photograph and the memory of a voice on the phone. But I'm about to tell him that his dad's been found and he cannot wait to meet his son.
Hello?
Hi, Pierce, it's Davina.
Hi, come on up.
Thank you. Hi, Pierce.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Come on in.
Thank you. Thanks for the tea. So, you've got a picture, you've heard the voice, but you've never met your dad. What's that been like?
It is just the one picture. But I've had to imagine me in the picture, growing up, swimming, going to school, and I've just kind of put myself there with him.
What do you want from him?
I want a dad. You know, I want to be able to say to him, "Hi, Dad." Just to say the word. I've never been able to say that to anyone.
Well, you can, because we found him.
Oh, you never said it. I'm so happy. I know I'm crying, but I'm so happy. Oh, wow. Because it's terrifying of finding out bad news.
Well, he was sick. He had
He was?
cancer.
Oh, my God.
But actually, he did make a good recovery.
Did he say that he wants to see me?
He'd love to see you. He is so thrilled that you came to look for him.
Oh, my God. It feels like it's not real. Oh, oh God. Wow.
I'll show you something.
This is something he wrote. Oh, wow. Oh, my dear son, how are you? Finally, my prayers were answered. I would think about you every day. I knew inside me I would find you, and I never lost hope. There are no words to describe my happiness. Love, your father. God, he did want to be in my life.
It's your dad.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm the exact same.
Look at the nose and everything.
Yeah, everything.
I want to show you this one as well because he's got a photograph of you. He kept it.
Oh, he seems proud as well, you know?
Yeah.
It just feels like he always wanted me. I just wanted him.
He's going to fly over here.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. I'm going to see him. Thank you.
"29-year-old Pierce Egan came to us after his search for his dad, Eddie, hit a dead end. We found Eddie living in America, and today, Pierce is going to meet him for the first time.
I'm nervous, I'm excited. Today means everything. My mum texted me and she said, "Hi Pierce, I've had you for 29 years, so when you meet your dad for the first time, tell him I thank him from the bottom of my heart for giving me you. And I hope it goes really well for you."
Thank you. I won't be min. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay. So, how are you feeling?
It's so overwhelming. My head is just
It's a lot
racing.
to take in, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It means a lot that he wants to see me and he wants to be a part of my life. There's nothing else you can ask for. I'm gonna get it all.
Eddie has made the 3,000-mile trip from New York to meet Pierce.
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. You know, I'm going to be able to meet my son. After all these years, I can't believe this happened. But I know it will be believable when I hug him.
Hey.
Nicky, how you doing?
How are you?
How you doing?
All right. How was the flight?
Fine, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Should we go?
father and son are meeting in a restaurant near Pierce's home.
So not long now. How are you feeling?
I cannot wait for him to say, Dad.
Just that one word?
Yeah, that's some word.
Dad.
Dad, that means a lot. You know, yeah, yes, my son, well, I'm here for you. You know, that's what it is, you know.
So good luck.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Right, so it's up here. I'm going to say goodbye to you here.
Okay.
This is where you're going to meet your dad. Good luck. He's in there.
What's up, beautiful? Boy. My boy.
Whoa. This is...
Dad, my boy. I'm so proud of you. Your mom did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a seat, man.
God, I feel like I'm looking at me, but just...
Yes, much older, right?
Just a little bit older.
Yeah, I'm a bit older.
I was so scared that something had happened to you when I heard you were sick.
I had cancer. I was in the hospital for a long time. The doctor told me, oh, no, you're gonna die. I refuse to die. I want to see my son before I die.
That's really amazing to hear that.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm shocked.
It's amazing to think that this is actually happening, like, because all I have of you is the one picture of...
Oh my God.
Anytime I was going through a tough time or I was really sad, I used to look at the picture, and even though you weren't physically there, there were so many times in my life that you were there. I wanted to say that to you in case you ever thought that you weren't.
It hurts me to not be able to be there for you, you know what I mean? When the time you need it. Oh, it's terrible, you know.
You were with me. In my head, you were with me.
Yeah, my son, I am here for you now. That's what it is, man. I want to hear it say, Dad.
Dad. I've never said that out loud.
Oh, my God. First, my son.
I feel elated. It feels like just pure happiness. Because I have a dad, there's nothing else I can ask for. And it just feels incredible.
I have a picture with you wearing this hat. Wearing this hat. Wearing this hat. Oh, yes. Look like. We connect big time. Big time. I can tell. The love I had, I held his hand. I could feel that feeling flowing through me, you know, like a father and son.
I waited a lifetime for this to happen. So I
we have the rest of your life.
We do,
so
and
we better get used to it.
Yeah, I think we've so much to catch up on. We've a whole life to hear from him, and I feel amazing that he wants me to be a part of it.
27-year-old Christina Barlow has been searching for her Colombian birth mother, who gave her up for adoption when living in extreme poverty in Bogota. I'm on my way, not only to tell Christina that her mother's been found, but I also have some huge and unexpected news for her. This is such an extraordinary turn of events. Christina has never known anything about her birth father, not even his name. And now we've found him, and he's still with her birth mother.
Hey, Christina.
Hello.
How you doing? Good, thanks.
You're right.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Come on in.
Oh, thank you. You had a really happy adoption, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Did you always think about your birth mother, or is it something that's happened more recently?
Since losing my mum, my adoptive mum, it's definitely made me think about my birth mother more. I started thinking about what must life have been like for her. And I don't know anything about my birth father. I feel the need to know for certain what happened.
Well, you're going to find out, because we found her.
Really? Oh my God. Really?
Yes.
So she's still alive?
She's still alive.
Still in Colombia?
Yeah, in a little village about 2 hours outside of Bogota.
Is she okay, or...?
She is okay, but she's had a tough life. As you know, you have 3 siblings, but there's another piece of information that's quite big.
Right.
And that is that she's still with your dad.
She's still with him? Really? They're a couple together? Oh, wow. So we do know who my dad is?
We do. Your dad's name's Alcibiades. I mean, he's been with her for more than 30 years, and they are both parents to all 3 children.
Do they want to see me or to meet me? Do they?
They are so grateful to you for looking for them, because the experience at the hospital was tough, I think, for her. She held you for a moment and then you were taken away.
Really?
She didn't get to look after you.
Wow.
She did ask if she could see you one last time, and they said no.
Oh, no.
Your dad never got to see you, and he's absolutely heartbroken that he didn't get to meet you.
To give your child over, I can't imagine what that must have been like.
You know, your parents were particularly pleased to know that you'd had a good life, because that was really important to them, that you'd get the life that they weren't able to give you.
Wow.
I've got a picture.
Oh my gosh. Wow. God, my heart's going. That's amazing.
They've written a few words here. This is it, translated.
Dear daughter, ever since we gave you up, there hasn't been a day that we haven't wondered how you are, what your life is like, and if you are doing well. And so we are just counting the days until we see you. We love you very much. That's amazing. They've thought about me every day, which is lovely. I just love her already from reading that letter. So overwhelmed. They're still together.
One month after Christina discovered that we'd not only found her birth mother, but also the birth father she never knew about, she's going to meet her parents. She's travelled 5,000 miles to Colombia with her husband.
Being here in Colombia is wonderful. Even though I was born here, I still feel like I'm a long way from home.
Ya en este momento quisiera estar viéndola a ella. Amanecí con ansiedad, con el de arriba que me ayude a tener ese valor para que cuando sea el momento.
Hoy es un día muy maravilloso que la voy a ver en mucho tiempo.
She's been anxious. Today is hugely important for Christina. She just wants to reassure them that she's all right and that they made the right decision.
Christina's meeting her parents at a hotel in the mountains just outside of La Mesa. The translators come along to help.
Me preocupa, mejor dicho, ya que yo vaya a darle un abrazo y ella no me rechace en el momento. Está muy ansiosa.
I think I'm most nervous about that initial moment. I'm scared that I won't feel a connection. But I am so excited to have this opportunity, and I never thought I would.
Hola.
Hola.
Dios mío. Eres muy linda, hija.
Te quiero, hija.
I'm very excited to be meeting you.
No pensaba que ya estaba grande cuando fue bebé. Ni siquiera me la dejaron mamá. Cuando me la quitaron, entonces yo le dije a la enfermera que, pues que me la dejara ver, pero no me la hago bien, no me la hago, mira.
But thank you for doing that very painful thing, because it's meant that I've had an amazing life.
Y también agradecer por sus papás que la llevaron. Le dieron estudio, le dieron todo.
Estoy contento de verdad que para le dieron lo que nosotros no le pudimos dar.
Yo tenía esa duda que de pronto ella me fuera a rechazar. Yo sentí como estancada en el momento cuando yo la estancaba, no podía ni de los nervios. Pues de esa hoy me siento ya como se me va ya un poquito ya a lo que ella me dijo que sí, que tranquila, que eso, ella siempre me seguía pensando que era la mamá.
I feel lots of love towards my birth mother. I feel like she is a very strong woman. When my birth father hugged me, I felt just years of pent-up emotion just being released.
El dolor que sentía yo todo este tiempo, ya creo que eso ya se fue. También te quiero dejar esto de recuerdo.
What, really?
Un automático.
Thank you. His watch was such a generous gift, because I haven't got a lot. For me to have that and to know that he wants me to keep it and take it away with me meant a lot.
27 años estando así, con la familia incompleta. No creo que está completa.
Ya se acaban las tristezas, ya se acaba eso, para seguir una nueva vida.
Ya la encontré, no la voy a soltar.
To find them both and the fact that they're still together is amazing. I feel so much love and happiness and excitement at what the future can hold.
Next time on Long Lost Family, a woman whose future was shaped by a tragic event.
Had that car accident not happened, I would have grown up with my mother in Italy, a completely different life.
And for the first time, a searcher transitioning from male to female, desperate to find her birth mother.
I just hope she can accept me for who I am now. But there's a risk she doesn't want to meet me